WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly.
The longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow. You know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon here with you, alongside the ever enthusiastic, ecstatic Lucas DeSangro.
Well, it's great to be here the third week in a row on a nice Saturday morning.
Yeah, 3 in a row. I believe in Major League they said that's called a winning streak.
Yay!
Yeah. You're shaking your head at me.
You're getting
biting
chopped.
your lip.
You're getting chopped. I'm giving you a warning now. It's like I said, I'm chop positing. You know, one chop now, depending on how the show goes.
Later.
Yeah, I was going to say. 0 down, 0 due at signing. No, I'm putting one chop down right now as a deposit. Or a chop posit.
A chop posit.
I'm hoping that phrase gets going. That would be a lot of fun.
Trying to constantly get your shtick in. I know. I should have saved that from last week. Just have it the bleeped out. Oh well.
No, this is really just the fact of we're putting each other.
Yeah,
Here's
you're
the thing.
getting something.
Like I said, whenever somebody says something questionable, one chops the other, and doesn't get chopped back because it was his right to do so. And that should be a drop. That is drop worthy. There are so many drops we could be using right now.
It's our
but
chop it can't be a drop show.
Our chop policy.
Otherwise, we might get dropped from the airwaves. We don't want to do that.
Oh, they can't drop us. I mean, they can, but they wouldn't. They shouldn't, because I'm not getting paid, but I'd like a job, something to do on a Saturday morning instead of just laying in bed feeling sorry for myself.
That's adorable.
On a very special episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly,
Oh, with the cute little piano music in the background. Is that what
No, that's from the Hulk. What am I doing?
That's the first thing you go to. All right, a bunch of stuff to get into over the course of today, including some Facebook feedback, as I see John from Northeast Philly already active on it.
Oh, God, I have to see what he posted.
In.
I really have to see what the Facebook fan page is saying because of your little Al Snow comment.
Okay, fine. You can go ahead and look at that, and I'll go ahead and set up the show like I do as the host of this thing here. Of course, the first 2016 WWE Hall of Famer was announced. Well, in case you happen to be under a rock over the course of this last week and not necessarily
The Rock
Dwayne
wasn't
Johnson.
over anybody this week. All right? The Rock was not over anybody. He did not put anybody over.
There's a pie joke to be made there somewhere, but I'm not going to. Also, surgery details regarding John Cena. We've got only a little bit more information, more medical than it is timetable, but we've got that for you. Triple H spoke at Lemmy's memorial service. What did he say? Well, we'll get into that coming up in the hour. Also, are we getting close to Punk's first pro MMA fight? Yeah, we'll give you the details on that as an ear-to-ear bleep-eating grin comes across Lucas's face across the panel here in the WBCB studios.
I'm taking a picture of this face. This is genuine.
You're taking a selfie of a genuine
I'm promoting the show.
I'll allow it. Also, a Ring of Honor wrestler undergoing major knee surgery. Okay. We'll get to him in just a minute as well as the phone lines are lighting up here.
Holy cow.
Yeah, somebody else. Speaking of conspicuous by their absences, we'll get to him in a minute. TNA wrestler announcing that his deal won't be renewed. We'll tell you who that is. Plus, I knew you'd appreciate the teaser for this. Whose club is it anyway? You see what I did there. No hoedowns. Not even if the Godfather's involved. No Irish drinking songs with Seamus either.
Aw.
Actually, that would be a fun bit for somewhere down the road.
Yeah.
Whose line is it anyway? WWE edition.
Yeah.
All right, but we'll come up with that
Irish
for
drinking
sometime
song,
down the road.
Irish drinking song about time you got screwed over in a match.
Yeah.
I swear I didn't tap now. He rung the bell anyway.
Oh, really? You're gonna turn. This is what I wrought. This is the trouble that I wrought when I bring up something that is of great interest to you. Slap chop. Oh, very nice. Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame relocates. Different from the WWE Hall of Fame. We'll tell you where it is and where it was in case you didn't even know where it was. Also, we've got a Hulk Hogan lawsuit update coming up. But first, we'll go ahead and get right into it here. We'll get right to the phone lines with the infamous and illustrious Dan from Chicago.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
I think I would call more if there was something to freaking talk about pro wrestling. My goodness, it's been so bad. It's not even funny.
Well, I mean, the ratings have kind of shown that there's been an overall level of reduced interest. That's fair to say.
Yeah.
When you've been watching Raw for Monday Night Wrestling for 19 years, okay, and you're sitting there watching it, and your friend at work gives you a new show to watch. I won't say it is what it is. It's a guilty pleasure. Okay, I'll say what it is. One Tree Hill, and you're watching Raw, and you've had enough with Raw to go to One Tree Hill. There's something wrong.
There definitely is something wrong. Especially because as soon as you said One Tree Hill, the phone started ringing again. So somebody has to voice their concerns, and it's not just me.
Their concerns, their gripes, their grievances, their feelings of persecution.
We're worried about you, Dan. Why One Tree Hill?
I know, right? My wife gave the look like, are you serious right now? You really want to stop watching Raw? It was, I forgot what episode it was, but it was that bad. Raw was that bad.
So I could at least understand Monday Night Football, but wait, I don't watch that much television. What am I doing in this conversation?
I didn't even have anybody on that game, so I didn't care about that one. You know what I mean? It was one of those games where I didn't care about. So I'm like, my wife's like, okay, good. She actually had that look on her face like, wow. So my interests have changed.
One Tree Hill. It sounds like something out in Mannheim, PA. I don't know.
It's not that of a show, believe it or not.
It was the first middle of Pennsylvania town I could think of, probably because of the Renaissance Fair.
I am intrigued about the Royal Rumble, though. You know, I like the fact that they actually put the WWE title on the line. That hasn't happened since like 1992. So
Exactly.
I'm intrigued with that.
See, the fans are the only people that are recognizing that's actually happened before. No, it's the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, not the WWE Championship.
Well,
Right.
not to split hairs, but I'm going to anyway.
Of course you will.
The difference being in 92, the title was vacated and the winner of the Rumble got the title, whereas now somebody is defending it in a title match. So in that regard, a title defense in a Royal Rumble has never happened before.
So,
By God, he's right.
Let me ask you
This
this.
is why I split hairs.
If Roman Reigns gets eliminated by a single person, does that single person automatically become champion, or is it going to be the winner of the Royal Rumble?
It's the winner of the Royal Rumble will become the champion.
I was confused on that one.
Yeah, whoever wins, that is where the similarities between this year and 1992 are, in that whoever wins the Rumble wins the championship. The only difference being in 92, there was no champion heading into the event, whereas now there is in Roman Reigns, and he's essentially facing a 29-on-1 match.
What are they going to do? Do you think any, a surprise will win? My gut feeling on this one is Triple H is going to take it.
Well, you're
That's
not
what a lot of
alone in
people are
that.
saying.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that. Here's the thing. We are 8 days away from the event, and not even half of the field has been announced.
Right.
13 of the 30 names are currently announced as participants.
And it's people nobody gives a care about anyway.
Again, somewhere Daniel Bryan is in some dungeon in Titan Tower just going, clear me.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
I know. That's the bad part. It's been I'm pretty sure.
I mean, it's been about 9 months now.
Yeah, it's like whatever injury. I'm pretty sure it's not a neck injury. They never really disclosed what the extent of the injury was, but it was something head related. Concussion doesn't take 9 months to heal. I mean, it takes a little bit longer every time, but I don't think he's had that many concussions where it takes the entire pregnancy to heal a concussion.
Right.
Well, we also, not that I'm any kind of neurologist or anything, but we also don't know the extent of the damage that he had, plus the other issues that he had with his neck and shoulder before. So it may not necessarily be one thing, but a combination of a few things over the course of the last few years that have collaborated or coagulated, if you want to use the word from Brian Knobs,
I think,
to put him in this situation where WWE doesn't feel safe putting him out there.
But
so what happened with Chris? I'll go back to what happened with Chris Benoit. They want to take their time with it.
But at the same time,
that's another factor. Exactly. Because of the head injuries to Chris Benoit, they're erring on the side of caution almost to an extreme level because they don't want what happened with him and the CTE and everything to happen to anybody else.
Let's put it this way then. So Brian has gone to another doctor and he said he's cleared. WWE wants to clear him. So what are they going to do? Are they just going to keep him down, not just keep him under contract but not let him wrestle? Like,
I don't think that would be unprecedented.
But that's not fair. That's a drop, but that's not fair. It really isn't. That is.
You already used your updated one for 2016. I think I've got it here somewhere.
But before you do that, Fearon, legitimately, it's not fair to Brian if he wants to wrestle and he's already gotten cleared by a neurologist, and it's not fair to the fans that want to see him wrestle. You can't just keep him locked up. I mean, you can, but it wouldn't be the right thing to do. And I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get cleared by like WrestleMania. Then in a couple months, I wouldn't be surprised if he requested a release.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets inducted into the Hall of Fame this year and that he retires.
That is not fair.
There we go. That's.
Yeah. Well, thank you on the delay drop there, Fearon.
Well, I didn't want to put it over somebody else talking.
True. You know what I got to say is, if he requests his release, I wouldn't. If I was a fan, I wouldn't mind paying money to see him in Ring of Honor. Unfortunately, being trained is a different story. So I'd probably have to beg Danny Cage to let me go to a show. I probably wouldn't though, because that wouldn't go over.
It wouldn't.
Well.
No, it wouldn't go over well at all.
No.
Who are either of us kidding?
Yeah. So why don't we actually? Maybe it's better we do keep him in WWE, because then I don't know. I don't know what I want anymore with wrestling. Punk's gone. Brian's injured. Ambrose is champion. That's pretty cool.
That doesn't matter though. That doesn't even matter to me anymore. His character doesn't matter to me anymore.
You watch your tone, Dan. But... You watch your tone, Dan. I will take a one-way flight over to Chicago.
With what money?
I have my ways. You don't know me. Twitch has got resources. Lucas doesn't, but Twitch does.
Yeah, he is pretty resourceful. No, good.
And why haven't I called in a few months? No, I'm just kidding.
No. There's a good reason, because
there's something going on.
You know why he hasn't called? Because Lucas hasn't been on the show in a few months.
Oh, do you think that's the that's the coincidence?
Yeah, what a coincidence.
So what do you guys think about Sting going in the Hall of Fame? Do you think this is it for him?
I think people are complaining on the internet. Of course they are, but it's like it doesn't.
In other news, water is wet.
Yeah, he was in WCW. It doesn't matter. The career he's had, this man deserves to be in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Yeah, I think there are some guys who have either spent very little or maybe even no time in WWE, but are still recognized as WWE Hall of Fame.
Yeah, international inductions I think that's the thing. They're doing an international induction, like people from different promotions. That, the thing is also is how else he's a TNA Hall of Famer, I think.
Yes.
But
First one.
There's no WCW Hall of Fame.
No.
Well, there was.
There was?
There was briefly, yeah. I was going to say, I can pull up that to let you know. Yeah, they had it for a little. Thank you. This is who I was trying to think. Well, Tatsumi Fujinami from last year.
And Carlos Colon.
Carlos Colon. Well, I mean,
he never really had a stint in WWE. He was
true. Aside from a cameo in the '93 Royal Rumble, I believe.
Yeah. Like, here's the thing.
Wow.
Wouldn't it be great?
That from?
Wouldn't it be great to see Jushin Thunder Liger get inducted into the Hall of Fame as their like international thing? The guy's wrestle.
Ooh, that would be a good one.
The guy's like in his 50s and he's still doing moonsaults and stuff. I mean, there's somebody that they're gonna induct internationally that should be in the Hall of Fame.
Okay, here you go. The WCW Hall of Fame. Granted, there were only 3 years worth of inductions before the NWO came in and they did away with a lot of the traditionalist things. But to go briefly over that list, Lou Thez, Vern Gagne, Mr. Wrestling 2, Eddie Graham, Harley Race, Ernie Ladd, The Crusher, Dick the Bruiser, Ole Anderson, The Masked Assassin, Wahoo McDaniel, Dusty Rhodes, Antonio Inoki, Angelo Poffo, Terry Funk, Big John Studd, and Gordon Soley.
Did they do that at Spring Stampede or?
Slamboree, I believe. They usually had it in May.
How many of those? Yeah. How many of those guys in WCW Hall of Fame have been inducted in WWE? I know Dusty has. I think Terry and Dory Funk were inducted. Was Gordon Soley inducted?
Yes.
Yes. I'm trying to think. That's an excellent question.
What about Angelo Poffo?
Angelo Poffo is not in the WWE Hall of Fame. And really, it was Randy. I don't think he is.
I thought he was. I thought that's what started.
No, he was in the WCW Hall of Fame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and Randy kind of strong-armed for that when he jumped over to WCW in late '94.
Right, brother, gotta put my dad in the Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah. That was actually pretty good, considering I usually sound like Macho Man on helium. Oh, yeah.
Well, you just didn't take as much helium today.
Yeah. I'm still sort of waking up.
Oh, that's probably what's doing it.
And this is me when I'm sort of still half asleep, so that should just tell you how much of a ball of joy I am, ladies and gentlemen. That's right.
Accurate. Since I said that super slowly, accurate. There we go. And because he was talking over me, the syllables kind of went on top of each other and didn't quite work out. All right.
What? Who was that of? So, who was that supposed to be?
I don't know. Apparently, I was on the 18th tee with Carl Spackler or something. Cinderella story.
Caddyshack.
All right. So yes. So anyway, Dan. Holy cow! I got to take care of some business here. Where does the time go? Especially because we're only on until 12:45. Holy smokes! I forgot these things. Dan, thank you so much for the call. I got to take care of some business here before I get into some even more trouble here. Okay, it's going to be they programmed one break. I'm just realizing that now. So we'll take half a break here and then half a break in probably about another 10 minutes. And then I think 12:50, last I was told from the philosopher Chris Ermer, is when we'll take it out there. So we get a Brucey bonus 5 minutes. Yay, Brucey bonus. No, nothing to add there?
Yay.
Okay, there you go. All right. Actually, I think now's a good time to chat about the factory.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, yeah. Well, in case you missed it, last Saturday's Monster Factory event was huge. Congrats to Anthony Bennett and Nick Westgate for winning the MF Cup Tag Team Tournament.
That was a heck of a tournament, it really was. It was fun to watch, even from the merchandise stand. Merchandising.
So, was there any Monster Factory, the flamethrower?
The kids love those, you know.
Anyway,
Monster Factory, the Danny Cage doll. Get done, you know.
Get ish done.
Yeah.
Yes. Things aren't even close to done though.
We need to make that, seriously. That would be hilarious. Like that whole video, just parody that for the Monster Factory merchandise stand.
Oh goodness. Yeah, that'd be great for the MF network.
That would.
All right, we'll have to at least present the idea first. But as I was saying, things aren't even close to done, as 1 week from tonight is the MF Cup Singles Tournament at the world-famous Monster Factory, 541 Manso Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. So far announced in the 8-man single elimination tournament, Mikey Webb, Vinny Marseglia, Punisher Martinez, who's already also got the top prospect tournament thing going on with Ring of Honor. He's just everywhere right now.
Oh, yeah, no, he had a heck of a performance. A heck of a match, not performance. What am I talking about?
I don't know. While you figure it out, I'll go through the rest of the names. Nick Camarado, QT Marshall.
Real life heels in the tournament.
Yeah, LSG, Leon St. Giovanni.
Wow.
And
How long is he? He hasn't been there forever. He actually just got the spot in the top prospect tournament too.
Yeah, so a lot of representation here. And formerly of Ring of Honor, now with TNA, the Miracle Mike Bennett.
That is
That's just 7 of the names. 1 name still to be announced in the tournament. Plus, Deonna Purrazzo defends her newly won Monster Factory Girls Championship against Willow.
She was in the main event of NXT as well on Wednesday.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of connections here as far as the Monster Factory goes. And you can check out the beginning of the future yourself. It all goes down next Saturday, 1 week from today, January 23rd at the world-famous Monster Factory, 541 Manto Avenue in Paulsboro, New Jersey. Doors open at 6. The action starts at 7. Plus, earlier in the day, Mike Bennett will be hosting a wrestling seminar at the Monster Factory.
$20 to sign up. Reserve your spots today, guys. Seriously, this is you.
Yeah, you can get all the information through the various social media platforms that you can check the Monster Factory out, including Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as the website, monsterfactory.org. All right, we'll be back with a litany of news, notes, and we'll also get to Ed from Northeast Philly on the other side as well. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
He's got
man.
the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. I'm going to break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Well, occasionally we have fun. That exchange,
occasionally?
Okay, beyond occasionally.
Will
You're
you
right.
be serious?
All the time we have fun here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and
we're just trying
online.
to have a good time.
Yeah, that exchange with the breaking kayfabe, that brings a smile to my face every time I hear it.
That's what I like to see. I tried to sound like Vince McMahon for a second.
I don't. Yeah, that was just one of those random-ish. Well, there's a lot of randomish things when it comes to us in this show.
You know, you'd think we'd have like an organization and stuff like that, and then it's just Lucas is on the show. Oh, well, I don't need to do anything else except just talk.
Pretty much. You are the equivalent of what Curly was to the Stooges. Yeah, well, I was gonna say you do the woo 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 enough, but
I also do that because of Zoidberg.
Yeah, I know it's more of a Zoidberg thing, but yeah, I go old school. It's what I do. But no, the longtime director for the Three Stooges. Here's a little history lesson for you. Jules White would actually, when he was writing the scripts for the guys, he would literally pen in about a 2-minute spot of just let Curly be Curly and do his thing.
Yes.
Like that's literally,
yes.
Yeah. I mean, if perhaps a script was running a little bit short, kind of like how Family Guy puts in a chicken fight with Peter and the chicken. It's just something to kind of fill in time.
I wonder how long until they decide it's time for another fight, chicken. You know.
Oh goodness. Know where I'm going to go with that. Instead I'm going to go to the phones because that'll be the one place I can go that won't get me into trouble. So we'll go to Ed from Northeast Philly. Ed, what's going on?
Good afternoon. NXT is coming to the Tower Theater in February.
Oh yeah, we're not too far. About a month away from that?
Oh, they're coming back again?
To the Tower Theater in Upper Darby.
Oh wait, no, it's the Tower. Where did they go last time? Was it the Tower Theater last time too, or?
I'm trying to remember. Yeah, we went to the Tower Theater. Same venue.
Unfortunately,
69th Street in Upper Darby.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to go this time.
February 18th.
Yeah, so about a month away.
Friday. I think that's a Friday.
Yeah, we'll be training.
Yeah.
And they're in Asbury Park the next night.
Home
at
of
the Convention Center.
Were you going to say home of Bam Bam Bigelow? Is that where you were?
Yeah, that's really what I was going to say. Monster Factory graduate Bam Bam Bigelow.
Well played. Great minds think alike. And Lucas and I do, too.
They have PWS in Broadway. Mickey James, Sanjay Dutt, Colt Cabana.
Wonder how he's doing.
Speaking of that, we're probably gonna have to talk about that later.
Yeah, I know. We got a lot to get into still.
I might even read some news, which is a first
in a while.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Oh, alrighty. Appreciate the look at the local scene as always from Ed from Northeast Philly, kind of letting us know what's going on here in the Philadelphia area. Always appreciated.
We should make him a correspondent at some point. We really should.
I mean, he is kind of a semi-quasi-official correspondent.
We need to give him a title.
Oh, sweet mercy.
Oh, sweet mercy.
John from Northeast Philly posting on the Facebook fan page, Rumble 2016 winner, and it's a picture, Zoidberg 2016. Why not?
I'm the champion.
Is that like 4 times the woo-woo-woo champion that Zack Ryder was?
Yeah.
Oh, I was hoping you would say you know it. That would have been even better.
You know it.
All right, and
I'm sorry, I can't get enough of doing that. It's so much fun, especially because I know I can do it.
The listeners, however, I think might get enough of it.
Yeah,
so
true. That might
too much of a good thing.
I was gonna
here.
say if I don't stop doing it, it might become one of my tics. I would just think that's how some of them develop. Actually,
I know. I know.
Yeah. All right.
We won't get into some of your past ones.
I still do that. Thank you, Fearon.
Okay, past and present, fine. Oh, goodness. All right, so Dan mentioned it over the phone. Sting announces the first member of the 2016 Hall of Fame class. Of course, the induction ceremony will occur Saturday, April 2nd in Dallas, Texas, the American Airlines Center. WWE making the announcement through social media on Monday afternoon. Not a big deal on Raw. I mean, they did a big deal on Raw, but not waiting until Raw to make the announcement. Good idea, bad idea?
They should have waited until Raw.
I don't know. Is it kind of one of those bucking tradition things?
I want to give a good little thing that I heard on the Talk is Jericho podcast with Raven.
Okay.
And he was saying how, and this is a lot like the internet. You can't really avoid it these days, but it's like stop sort of letting the fans, I guess, stop. You gotta if Jericho said, if I'm going to see a movie, I don't want to know what the finish is until I see the movie, so I can.
You don't want to know what the climactic conclusion to the movie is.
That's the problem is we need to sort of give them the element of, oh wow, that's awesome, instead of going, oh, and then being on Raw like, oh, I knew this was going to happen. Like, where's the element of surprise? And most of that's probably internet fans and people on the internet already the insiders and stuff like that, and I think that's wrong. You need to give them an element of surprise. So much of this business has been exposed, and I understand certain aspects of it, but we're trying to enjoy the finish of something or the element of surprise.
Surprises are hard to come by anymore, I think is your...
And that's why when they do happen, it's awesome. Like when the Dudleys showed up on Raw this summer. Out of nowhere.
Yeah, that was a pleasant surprise, and I mean, who knows what they're going to have in store for the Rumble, and... John from Northeast Philly chiming in with an interesting question. With the tremendous increase in injuries to major stars, do you think the schedule at WWE will loosen up a bit to give these guys some rest time? I don't know. I think the overall mindset has been just kind of ride the horse until it stops galloping.
Speaking of injury, though, we have Cena's surgery details.
Yeah, true. This has been the stud and stallion for a while.
Yeah, last week John Cena underwent surgery to repair injuries in his right shoulder. According to Dr. Jeffrey Dugas of Andrews Sports Medicine and Orthopedic Center in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yes, that's in Dr. James Andrews, the famed sports physician. It's his office. Just to kind of throw that out there.
Oh, that's a nice little tidbit. He had a complete tear of a small portion of the rear rotator cuff tendon, the infraspinatus. I think I said that right.
Infraspinatus, close enough.
Infraspinatus. God.
That's all right. They haven't taught that part of biology yet in high school.
I don't think they ever will. Toward the top back of this, especially with this generation, toward the top back of his shoulder, which I repaired. Also, there was a large piece of loose tissue in his shoulder that needed to be removed. Ugh. The WWE.com story didn't give any indication of the recovery time from the surgery, so Cena's status for WrestleMania 32 in 11 weeks remains in question.
Yeah, along with the other injuries, Randy Orton, Cesaro.
Randy Orton taken out by a
Rollins.
trash bag. Could we see the next big rivalry of 2016? Stay tuned.
Why not? People always talk about Ric Flair wrestling a broom.
A mop, actually. Yeah.
I was thought it was a broom.
It
could be
My
either.
history teacher's a big Ric Flair mark. Tries to compare himself to Flair. That's right. I'm looking at you, Coach Schneider. All right?
Former
Coach Schneider.
Oh. Just keeping things current.
Yeah, true.
John commented, Cena's injury sounds way worse than being reported. Well, it's possible. They're just trying to keep hope alive that he might be back in time. Who knows? Oh, goodness. Well, all right. I'll go to this one, and then we'll get to your boy for immediately after that. And again, the ear-to-ear grin. And you're shaking a little bit with excitement. That's great. WWE executive Paul Triple H Levesque speaking at the memorial service for Lemmy Kilmister that was held last Saturday in Los Angeles. Of course, Kilmister was the front man for the band Motorhead and passed away December 28th following a brief bout with cancer. Triple H told WWE.com, quote, Lem, Mickey, and Phil gave me the greatest gift of all time, which was their sound. More important than that, Lemmy gave me the gift of his friendship. We connected. End quote. He also said that it was, quote, the most kick-ass thing of all time to have Motorhead playing during his WrestleMania entrances. In an interesting twist, the band has started a petition to have the drink Jack Daniels and Coke renamed the Lemmy.
Oh, do it, please. That would be great.
There have been almost 45,000 signatures to date.
You know, one thing I can respect too is Motorhead decided, with the passing of Lemmy, that they're not gonna perform anymore, which I can respect. I also, it's understandable when certain bands continue going, like when Queen had, Adam Lambert and some other guy become the frontman. But sometimes it's like, I think out of respect, it's just not the same. And I respect what Motorhead's doing. I really do.
Well, I think it's different when it's your front man as opposed to, say, a drummer or a bass guitar player.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, I can completely respect what Motorhead's. Not that I don't respect what Queen's doing, because sometimes you got to make a living, but like, ultimate respect goes out to Motorhead, man. I don't listen to them that much, but.
So does that mean if a Jack and Coke's going to be a Lemmy, does that mean that for you you'd have to order a me? Just the Coke part of it?
See what I did there? I see what you did there.
Hashtag straight edge.
I see what you did there. Oh.
All right, so go ahead and talk about Punk here, and since we seem to be getting close to Punk's first pro MMA fight.
Yes, UFC President Dana White said on a Boston radio show that the CM Punk fight is probably going to be in June. UFC 199 is what I'm thinking. Also this week, White announced that on TSN's Off the Record that Punk's potential opponent for said fight could be welterweight Mickey Gall. Gall, who is 1-0 so far, is set to face fighter Michael Jackson. Yeah,
I'm keeping it straight. No jokes. Come on.
On the prelims I also sort of pointed at you when I said, like, I'm waiting for you to say something. Do it.
I know. I saw you point at me. That's why I said no. Just keep going.
Set to face fighter Michael Jackson on the prelims for the UFC 196 on February 6th. If Mickey Gall wins that fight, Gall will fight CM Punk.
So there you go. There's been some back and forth because I think Punk's trying to get it to be for UFC 200, which would be 1 month later in Las Vegas.
Obviously. Because
of the big number of it being 200, the 200th pay-per-view event.
Yeah. Obviously, a lot of people, or not a lot, but because I don't have a lot of friends that like wrestling, but a good few of my friends that like wrestling also don't like Punk, and they've been busting my chops about it. And it's like, look, Punk, like I said, Punk's my boy, all right? Like, he's my favorite wrestler. Like, Jeff Hardy's my favorite, but also Punk. So, like, the fact that I'm happy that Punk's going to be fighting, and I want him to win. I'm always going to like Punk,
Understandable. All right, a few more things to get into fairly quickly here, because we only got about 9 minutes left, and I still got a break and some Today in Wrestling history, and yeah, it's...
Well, you might as well go. Yeah,
the internet has had a lot of rumors and misreporting flying about the ownership rights to the Bullet Club faction following last week's announcement of Nakamura, Styles, Anderson, and Gallows planning on moving from New Japan Pro Wrestling to WWE. Well, here's the facts, because we like dealing in facts.
Statistics.
According to the latest information with the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office, New Japan owns the U.S. rights to market the Bullet Club trademark and logo. A trademark for Balor Club was created initially in April of last year, and WWE made a new filing about a week and a half ago. It's very lengthy and wordy, but it basically means that WWE wants to use the term Balor Club for goods and services relating to everything WWE related, which cuts out about 125 words as to how they have it listed on the Patent and Trademark Office site.
Wait, what do you mean? That
it just means like the merchandising, the branding, the
for what,
internet
the Bullet
stuff.
Club?
No, for Balor Club. Bullet Club is still owned by New Japan as far as the rights to it.
Is it true that that WWE purchased the rights to Nakamura's theme song from New Japan?
I do not know the truth to that rumor. I can neither confirm nor deny that alleged allegation. But here's what I can confirm. Interestingly enough, also related to the Bullet Club, Doc Gallows filed a request last month to own the name BizCliz, playing off of the Bullet Club name.
You know, the thing is, I think WWE should be fine with the Balor Club. Balor did create the Bullet Club, but I think there's still guys in New Japan that are still with the Bullet Club, and maybe it would be fine to let them keep it, like Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Tama Tonga, I think, is still with the Bullet Club, but I'm not completely sure. I think it would be best just to let them have that.
And I think it would also be best to let us have a quick timeout because we've got not a lot of time left. So we'll be back today in wrestling history. We're gonna bring it home, and also birthdays and whatever other funness we've got here. Oh, we'll take care of that on the other side too. For now, this is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, January 16. On this date in 2000, WCW held its sold-out pay-per-view. In the main event, Chris Benoit defeated Sid Vicious to win the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2005, TNA held its Final Resolution pay-per-view. In the main event, Jeff Jarrett pinned Monty Brown to retain the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. On this date in 2006, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Raleigh, North Carolina. In the main event, Edge defeated Ric Flair in a TLC match to retain the WWE Championship. On this date in 2012, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Anaheim, California. In the main event, David Otunga, Dolph Ziggler, and Mark Henry defeated CM Punk, Chris Jericho, and Daniel Bryan in a six-man tag team match. This has been Today in Wrestling History, January 16. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry here with you, only for another few minutes as we've got high school basketball coming up very shortly, Pennsbury and Norristown. But we'll go ahead and blitz through the rest of the news real quick, kind of bring it home, as it were, and still got birthdays to get into and a couple other things. Ring of Honor announcing that Matt Taven underwent successful knee surgery in Boston on Tuesday. He suffered a torn ACL, ruptured lateral meniscus, and a torn medial meniscus during his match at Final Battle 2015 last month. ROH listing a minimum 9-month recovery period for Taven. Also, TJ Perkins announcing on Twitter that TNA will not be renewing his contract. He wasn't told why, but said he is open to returning. He had been wrestling in TNA as Manic. Also, the Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame and Museum has officially moved from Amsterdam, New York to Wichita Falls, Texas. This past Wednesday, an 18-wheeler carrying 8,000 to 9,000 pieces of wrestling history were unloaded at the Big Blue Building in Wichita Falls, Texas, where wrestling history will be on display year-round. Included is the ability to set up a wrestling ring dated before the 1900s that was used at the old Polo Grounds in New York. Official opening scheduled for March, just in time for WrestleMania 32 in North Texas. And then in May, the annual Hall of Fame induction with headliner Stone Cold Steve Austin. And finally, a Florida judge denied Gawker's request to have Hulk Hogan's $100 million lawsuit dismissed this past Wednesday. Gawker arguing that Hogan's civil suit should be thrown out, claiming Hogan deceived the court and has been fraudulent. It was based on his statements to the FBI in court as it relates to the tape and the things that he did with, we know all about all that already. No need to rehash it. But Hogan's attorneys argue that Hogan's been victimized through an extortion scheme and that Florida law does not support dismissal for fraud based on the allegations presented. The judge heard the arguments, dismissed the request, and the case is still scheduled to go on trial March 7th. And one little quick tidbit from the Today in Wrestling history, that sold-out pay-per-view from 2000, that also had the infamous catch-as-catch-can match between Billy Kidman and Dean Malenko, where along with either being pinned or submitting, you lose if your feet touch the floor outside the ring. Malenko forgot and took a powder 2.5 minutes into the match, and Kidman was awarded the victory. Malenko would jump to WWE 2 weeks later along with Chris Benoit, Perry Saturn, and Eddie Guerrero as the group known as the Radicals. And how quickly I forget, I got to talk about my friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery. Aside from great beer and delicious food, you can expect the unexpected at Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol. Just last night, in fact, there was a first on the Broken stage, electric violinist Dan Rodriguez. Yeah, electric violin. Who'd have thunk it? Coming up later today at 4. Oh, yes.
Everything is awesome. Everything.
That's right. Everything is Firkin' awesome. A Firkin' tapping every other Saturday in January. Today's Firkin' Awesome Brew, Treebeard's Reward, a 7% black rye ale dry hopped with Simcoe. And make sure to mark your calendars for Saturday, February 6th, as it's the T-Cision 2016. Your chance to help decide the 2016 version of Bubba's Tea Bag. We'll tell you more about that coming up in the next couple of weeks. Check out the beer list, calendar, events, and more at BrokenGoblet.com. It's Broken Goblet Brewery, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. All right, we have pretty much no time left, but just enough time for...
Birthdays.
Oh, I just got your microphone back on. How about that? On this date in 1949, John J. Sutton was born, the former NWA, WWF, and WCW manager, best known as Sir Oliver Humperdinck, passed away in 2011 at the age of 62. And on this date in 1970, Richard Bogner was born, the former WWF superstar, best known as the fake Razor Ramon, turns 46 today. Happy birthday to both of you. That's going to do it for us. We are preempted next week for high school basketball. And while Lucas is continuing to laugh at Oliver Humperdinck, we're going to take you now to high school basketball here on 1490 WBCB.
1 o'clock and all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB in Levittown.